What's up, guys? So as you know, I'm always trying to improve the garage and somehow make it better and buy more tools and so on and so forth. One of the things I've been missing for a long time, and as I get more technical projects like the motor and stuff like that, the more it becomes apparent, especially after doing this transmission. One of the things I'm missing is a proper parts washer. And so Davis bought this on sale from Harbor Freight for 75 bucks. But the problem is this parts washer isn't very good. It doesn't have any filtration, and that's really what separates cheapo parts washers that are sub $100 from $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 parts washers, a filtration system. So what we're going to do is we're going to assemble this. We're going to put it on this dolly so that it can roll around. We're going to set it up with a car filter. And so that way, all the fluid as it circulates through gets filtered and a lot of the grime gets pushed out. Some of the other modifications is we're going to make sure that the lid seals really well. We got this rubber insulation. We're going to put, rerun the lines so that we can use this. This is just a remote oil cooler. And you can see what it looks like. It looks like this, and this we're going to bolt to the bottom of it. And then it just takes a standard, $5 AC Delco GM oil filter. So I'm going to go ahead and assemble this. I'm not really going to show it because there's not really much to show. It's just follow the instructions for the parts cleaner. Once it's up and running, I'll show you guys how to plumb it, pimp it out. As far as fluid is concerned, I'm using this stuff. It's called PSC1000. It's basically naphtha, which is a different kind of mineral spirits. It doesn't evaporate quite as easily. The only place I know that you can buy these 5-gallon drums, they're about $40 a piece, is Tractor Supply. For those of you who don't have a Tractor Supply close to you, I really don't know where the hell else to get this, because that's one of the few places that still carries dangerous chemicals in large quantities that are for sale to the public. But the stuff you want is called PSC1000. I don't even know who the manufacturer is, to be honest with you. But stuff's great, and you can buy in these 5-gallon drums. It's technically a 20-gallon parts washer. We're going to put about 2 or 3 gallons of water in there as well, which helps all the dirt settle down, because this stuff is oily, so it floats above the water, so the dirt settles down. And that way we'll have a mobile parts cleaner that we can use, and I'll demo it because I still need to clean the pistons for the 5.3, so I'll be able to show you guys how all that works. So let's get started. So the unit's assembled and our first modification is already in place. The reason I use this dolly, this mover's dolly, is because it's actually cheaper and easier than buying 4 casters. And so you just literally drill a hole in the bottom, bolt it down. So now we can move on to assembling the pump and doing all the modifications. So this is the stock filtration system. It's just this double grate, and it comes with this. This is kind of like a flimsy feeling Brillo pad. So we're going to leave that in place. It just slides in like this. What we've done is I've safety wired a second just piece of Brillo pad here to help also filter out some of the bigger stuff. Now the inside of the pump housing is just this. It's literally just a pump with some power, and from here we're going to run to the input of our filter, and then from the output of our filter back into the rod. So let's go ahead and get this box all set up on here so we can figure out where we need to drill some holes. The next quick modification we did was we installed this. This is just window trim, and so that when you close it closes softly and it doesn't leak as much, so this will help prevent evaporation. And since it's up here, it's not going to get wet and we have to worry about it coming off. Either way, this stuff is nice and soft and cheap, and you can just replace it if it ever comes off. So here's our working system, and I know I jumped way ahead, but I'll walk you guys through this real quick. So in here is our pump that you saw we set up. So there's our little grill down there. This is what goes in here is a 1/4 NPT thread 3/8 barb unit that comes out here through this grommet down into our filter here. This is a 1/2 NPT 3/8 barb unit and you have to buy it separately because the one that comes with it is a 1/2 barb. Goes into our filter. The filter takes all the particle out. Then this is the same thing right here. So this is a male thread, 1/2 inch NPT thread to a 3/8 barb. Comes up here. This is a 3/8 barb, 1/4 inch NPT unit. Goes to a right angle. That's 1/4 inch NPT. Then comes out to this stock thing right here. And so this right here is 10 gallons of naphtha or whatever it's called, the parts cleaner, plus 2 gallons of water. And you can actually see down there the water is way at the bottom. And the reasoning behind that is that the water sits below the naphtha because of chemistry, and it keeps all of the gunk and stuff down there. So this is one of our pistons. I just pulled it out of the box, and we're going to see how well this system works. So here's our piston. We can put it up underneath the stream, then we can use our cleaning brush to kind of get some of this gunk off. The other thing that I always like to keep in my parts washers is this. This is just coarse, what is it called? Steel wool. And it does a really good job of cleaning this up, and you can just see that everything is just coming right off of our pistons here. So there we go. There's our piston, and you can see it's all nice and clean and shiny. We can clean out in here as well. And just like that, this piston is now really basically ready for duty. Obviously it's going to get some new rings before it goes into the engine. But just like that, and then there's a basket in here for cleaning small parts if you need to. And then when you're done, you can just clean off this area, dump it down here. And all of this little particulate that we just washed off the piston, we don't have to worry about it coming back up through the hose because it's all going to get stopped up, filtered down. Oops. So that's how the system works. It's really super duper handy, and it also gives you a spot to keep parts. You know, while you're working on them, like I'm just going to leave this piston in here. Like this stuff. God damn it. This stuff is like mineral spirits, so it's not really going to do any damage to anything. So you can just leave this down here, and we're actually going to put all the pistons in here, and I'm going to clean them up later during the week. Basically, in addition to this, the only other thing I have to say is you really want to make sure you get some of those long yellow gloves that are really chemical resistant. They're going to make all the difference in the world in terms of day-to-day, and I'll pick up some over the weekend. So, in conclusion, Harbor Freight's part washer, awesome thing. Even better when you modify it with a few basic modifications. This naphtha stuff is available at a Tractor Supply. It's about $40 a jug. You need 2 jugs, so it's 80 bucks. You're going to need 2 3/8 barb, 1/4 male NTP fittings. You're going to need 2 3/8 barb, 1/2 male NTP fittings. 1, 2, 3, 4 hose clamps, probably about 2.5 to 3 feet of 3/8 inch fuel line, 1 1/4 to 1/4 right angle brass piece. That's pretty much it. Everything else is comes with the kits. Oh, and obviously the filter you have to buy separately. But that's pretty much it. I had to make a couple of trips to the store because I keep buying the wrong fittings. This brush is about $6 on Amazon. It's just a tool brush. It's made by a company called Isle. It's really pretty solid. It's very stiff bristles. Works super well. And our seal is going to make sure nothing evaporates. But all in all, it's a very basic project that you can do. And then when you're done, you just turn this off and boom. And unplug it and you're good to go.